I have a challenge for you. Sharpen your project management skills in just 3 to 10 minutes a day. Hello and welcome back to the Project Management Podcast at pm-podcast.com. This is episode number 536 and I'm Cornelius. Thank you so much for being here. And if you want to watch the video for this episode, you can do so at pm-podcast.com/536/YouTube or /Spotify. And of course, if you are on YouTube or on Spotify, a quick like and subscribe. That really helps. So today we are going to be talking about PM Master Quest. That is a 30-day challenge that runs throughout of September. And with us today is its founder, Olivia Peckney. She is joining me right now. Here she is. Hello, Olivia. Welcome to the program, and thank you for joining us.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, of course. Let us jump right into the thick of it all. Why should somebody join the quest? Olivia, what is the number one reason that a project manager should join PM Master Quest this September?
Yeah, you should join because this is a simple and engaging way to practice your project management skills. And the event is story-based, so each day should feel like a new chapter in an exciting book rather than a separate exercise. The challenges is also short, so here you also have the opportunity to build a habit of learning every day in a very simple and engaging way.
Yeah. Many of our listeners are PMI certified, PMPs, similar. Can they claim PDUs for this event? That is always the number one question I get in situations like this.
Yes, they can. So many of the challenges is related to tools, techniques, or decision making. So here you can claim them in ways of working. There are also some challenges more related to power skills. But it's important to say that this event is not a registered PMI education provider. So here you have to report it below the self-directed learning.
Yes, just like the PDUs you earned from the Project Management Podcast. We will take a look at two of those challenges in just a moment. But first, let's talk about how it all began. What sparked the idea for you to create PM Master Quest in the first place?
Yes, so I work within a technical company. So every December, there is this event called Advent of Code. So there, all the developers have one new coding exercise every day from the 1st to the 25th of December. And I really saw how much engagement and how much time people were spending on this. People that were nowhere near morning people were still up early in the morning, ready to do the challenge as soon as it was released. If they didn't finish, they came into work, they skipped lunch, breakfast, and this is the main thing everyone is talking about. And the company has an internal leaderboard and a special dinner for those who have participated. So it's a huge engagement and fuss about it. And I really like the enthusiasm, but my concern for me is that I don't really have that passion or love for coding, but I do love product management. So I thought it would be great if there was something similar for product management. So I went out on the web and I was looking around and tried to find something, but I couldn't do it. So then I decided I will build it myself. So during Christmas last year, I walked around, I started to create this vision in my head. And when I came back after the holiday celebration, January the 2nd, I sat straight down with my computer and starting to work with it. So I can say that all my free time this year, I have worked with this. So I'm so excited to see how it all will turn out.
You know, your story is almost like how this podcast got started. I was interested in podcasts. And I looked around and I'm like, there's nothing for project managers. So why don't I do it? And I think that is a great way to get something like this off the ground. Now, from how it began, let's talk about how it works. Can you walk us through what a typical day in PM MasterQuest looks like? So if I join PM MasterQuest, what is it that I see? What is it that I do?
Yes, so if you want to, you can sign up for a friendly email reminder. So then you will start your day with receiving this email. And the email is a little bit of a teaser what the day will be about. It could be that one of the characters has come to a new company, a new organization, or met a new person, or they have some kind of trouble or challenge that they need your help with. So you can read that. Hopefully you will get a little bit curious about it. And then go to the webpage. You will select the date of your choice, or the date of today. And then you will read through it. You will read the story, and then look at the questions, and hopefully you know the answers. And then you will submit your answer. So the whole thing will take something between 3 to 10 minutes.
Every day. All right. So let's not keep this push this off any longer. Sneak peek one. We have 2 screenshots from these challenges. The first one we have here is from September 11th. It looks really complicated here. Let's zoom in to the question there at the top. Can you introduce us to this first challenge and explain what is the PM skill that this is testing, and maybe summarize the question here for us as well?
Yeah, so this is one of the main characters. His name is Haldor, and he's brought in here to figuring out why this project is struggling with cost overruns and delays. And the participants' job here will be to help Haldor to answer these 4 questions. So what we are looking at here is about turning visual data into understanding. Mm-hmm. And that is something quite common for a product manager to do. Our product doesn't always go the way we plan, so we need to figure out why. So the question is based on real product management work. However, this challenge and several of the others are a bit simplified, so you can do them more quickly. Because in real life, this could takes hours to go through report and dashboards and all kind of data you might have. So it's simplified, so you can do it more quickly, but you still can grasp the more idea of how to turn in read data and then see what is the underlying problem we have here in the project.
Okay, and then at the bottom right there, you can see you have 4 answers right there. So 2 are drop down and 2 are, you just put in the answer, you type it in, I would assume, right?
Yes, exactly. So the first time you participate, there's no registration process. So you will be registered the first time you participate. So you will select a name. It could be your real name. You can make up a name and you select a password. But you need to use these credentials throughout the entire event. So yes, you either there's a drop down and you can select your answer, or you have to type it in.
Do I get an immediate feedback? Will you tell me immediately if I'm right or wrong? How does that work?
No, you don't. You'll get a message that you have that the submission is successful, hopefully. But no, you will be able to answer any question until the last day of September, and the 1st of October, the submission forms is closed, and in the beginning of October, the correct answers will be uploaded. But you can sort of see if you had right or not, because for each correct answer, you can receive 5 points. But the leaderboard and the scoreboard is updated once a day.
Ah, so tomorrow I can see if I'm on the leaderboard.
Yes, you can.
Okay, wonderful. From here, you've already mentioned Haldor. There are 2 characters that will be followed, that we are following along, Victoria and Haldor. So let's meet them. Tell us about Victoria and Haldor. Why did you choose to build the event around these 2 characters and their story?
Yeah, I think the story is very important for the event, because without the story, it will it will just be plain product management questions, and I think there are already several platforms for that. So this year, you will follow Haldor and Victoria as they as a part of the Global Exchange Project Management project program, and they will go to different industries, different companies throughout the world and meet the challenges those companies have. And actually put quite some time to develop these characters. So they have different personalities, strengths, weaknesses, dreams and goals, and you'll get to know them throughout the event.
You mentioned Haldor earlier. Let's move on and meet the two characters, Victoria and Haldor, whom we will be following throughout this challenge. Tell us about Victoria and Haldor. Why did you choose to build the event around these two characters?
Yes, so the event is story-based. So in this event, you will follow the two main characters, Haldor and Victoria, and they are part of a global exchange project management program. So they will, during a year, they will go to different industries, different companies, meeting different peoples, and they will help these companies with all the challenges they are facing. And I think it's quite important, the story to the event, because if you remove it, it's just product management questions, and there are already many platforms that have that. So I actually spent quite some time on developing these characters. I gave them personalities, strengths, weaknesses, goals, ambition, things they want to achieve during the time in the program. So you will get to know these characters, and I think they will make participants a little more curious about the event, like what will happen, how will it go for Haldor or Victoria in this situation.
Mm-hmm. And here they are. I forgot to bring this up earlier. We have Victoria on the left, Haldor there on the right. How do you keep the challenges fresh and engaging across the 30 days? What was your approach here?
Yeah, that is such a good question. And I think it's really important that one day doesn't feel exactly like the previous. So variation, I believe, is the key here. So one thing is that we do have the characters and the story around them. Then we also have very many different product management area that we target. It could be everything from scope and stakeholder conflicts, tight scheduling, budget overruns. So we target a lot of different product management areas. Then we also have the format of the questions. So sometimes you need to calculate something. Sometimes you have a concept that you need to connect with the benefit of that concept, or the concept of the description of the concept. It could be that you have a scenario, you need to make a decision based on that. It could be that you have a process, you need to select in which order things should be done. I think one of the challenges is that you have a text and some of the words have fallen out, and now you need to decide where it should be there. So the challenge together with the story together with the change of product management area and the format of the question will contribute to this variation. So every day feels fresh.
All right. And then let's move on from Victoria and Haldor to Sneak Peek 2. And this is where I come into play, because I said that I was going to live on air here try to figure this out. Okay, so what you see here on the screen is the question that is posed to Haldor, and we see stakeholders on the left there, the table, the white and gray highlighted areas, and then on the right you see a stakeholder interest power matrix, and there you have diamonds, and what's happened is the labels have fallen off. So we have on the left hand side here, we have these government authorities right there, investors and financial institutions, regulatory bodies, environmental agencies, project sponsor, project team members, and they're somewhere over here. One of these here is it. And I said, okay, I am going to figure out which one of these is the regulatory bodies, okay? So as we can see here, the regulatory bodies, they enforce standards and regulations impacting project timelines and compliance. So they have a lot of power. That is my argument. So the regulatory bodies, they have a lot of power, which means that they must be more towards the right, where the power is greater, right here. That means to me, these two up here, they are immediately out. So these cannot be the regulatory bodies because, well, this one has zero power almost, right? And the regulatory bodies, if they change what they want to do, well, I have to change my project. But at the same time, the regulatory body really doesn't care about our project. And they don't care whether our project fails or succeeds. So they have very little interest in our project. So the interest is here on the left, interest is high here, interest is low down here, which means to me, these three up here, they're very much interested in our project. That really only leaves this one down here, this dark green diamond. And based on the argument that I have just given you, to me, this has to be the regulatory body. And now let's find out if I'm right. Olivia, please tell me, am I right? Am I wrong?
Yes, you are 100% correct.
Oh my gosh.
No, I really like how you resonate. It's very good way. And
yes, so it was just, I was just trying to argue this out with myself and figure out where does this go. And yeah, truly, I had no idea whether this was going to work or not. And just so we're clear, I have no idea who the others are. I didn't look at those. I was really just focused on the regulatory bodies here. Yeah. So you have 1 out of 6, you now know, for the challenge that's coming your way here on the 17th of September. Now, you sent me the screenshots. I was able to take a look at them. But of course, we want to also tell people how they can join the quest. And for this, you have a website. Let me move on to the next slide here. It is pmmasterquest.com. Tell us, how do people join this? What can they do?
Yes, joining is very, very simple. So you just go to the website, and there you can select challenges and then the date of your choice. It's very simple, no registration process. There's no fee. It doesn't cost everything. There are no hidden costs whatsoever. You don't need to download anything. You can just run it in your browser. So for the first time, just read the question, select the name and a password and submit. And from that on, you are in the game.
And what if somebody is late? Let's see, they see this video on the 10th of September. Can they still join? Can they still go back and start from the beginning? How does that work?
Yes. So if you start late, you can go back and do the earlier challenges, because all of the challenges is open until the end of September. The 1st October, the submission forms is closed, and in the beginning of October, the correct answer is uploaded. It's very easy to join, and I would actually recommend to start with the first challenge, because then you get a more understanding of the story and the characters and what they've been through and so on.
Yes, and as you can see here on the slide, it says join the mailing list now. So go to pmmasterquest.com, join the mailing list so that you will receive a reminder on September 1st and going forward that, the next challenge, the first or the next challenge of pmmasterquest.com is there. Yes, and that's it. Olivia, thank you so much for joining us today and for introducing it to your brainchild, PM MasterQuest.
Thank you. And thank you so much for having me. It's a great podcast. It's really an honor to be here.
All right. Thank you. All right. And that's it for today, everybody. Please visit pm-podcast.com/536 for show notes, transcripts, and additional information. And our email address is info@pm-podcast.com. And then finally, we have this, a increasing brain meme for you about PM Master Quest. So the smallest of the 4 brains is when you just simply skip the daily challenge. Then the next level of involvement is, well, yeah, I'm joining PM Master Quest, but I'm guessing the answer. And number 3 is what I have done earlier. Your brain is already quite lit up there because you are thinking through the scenario. But the pinnacle is, of course, when you apply the solution that you realized or that you found in PM Master Quest on your real live projects. And that's it for today. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Until next time.